भयंकर स्टार्ट। मैं म्यूट में था, लेकिन हाँ मैं तो ऑब्वियसली चिल्ला रहा हूँ यार, आरसीबी। व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज यार, दिस इज द टाइम। यस, आरसीबी वर्सेस आरआर, एंड दैट इज व्हाई मैं सोचा अलग से स्ट्रीम करते हैं, बिकॉज एब्सोल्युटली आप जानते हो आरआर इज बेसिकली व्हाट, एक्स आरसीबी। लिटरली लास्ट ईयर भी वही था। आई थिंक क्रिस मॉरिस, शिवम दुबे थे। इस बार दे हैव टेकन न्यूमरस प्लेयर्स, मतलब अनगिनत, इनफैक्ट 3 प्लेयर्स तो इमीडिएटली उन्होंने लिया है। आई रिमेंबर नवदीप सैनी फॉर श्योर, लेकिन देवदत्त पडिक्कल और यूजी चहल दो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट मेंबर्स, राइट? और हेटमायर भी है प्रीवियसली, सो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैड टू डिस्कस इन डिटेल। एंड ऑफ कोर्स बिग अप करना चाहूंगा श्रेय ओबरॉय। ओके, बिग अप श्रेय एफसी को। आरसीबी विल विन, आई होप सो। हम आएंगे मेरे प्रेडिक्शंस पे भी, लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंग, आप सोचो आरसीबी जीतेगी, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग। श्रेय पाटिल, थैंक यू भाई, थैंक यू। Always appreciate any kind of feedback, but absolutely helps when we get encouragement. Advay, yes, of course, I think Advay yesterday was on Almighty Blues FC. We were discussing football, and आज we are back to discussing cricket, right? So again, people, whoever has joined, like kariye, do subscribe. As I always say, especially Almighty Blues Cricket, we are just kind of started, right? So we need backing more than ever, so that we have more people. एंड यस, टॉकिंग अबाउट पीपल, प्रसन्ना हमें ज्वाइन करने वाले जो कल थे पैनल पे ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज एफसी पे। आज ही विल बी पार्ट ऑफ ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज क्रिकेट। ही इज अ चेन्नई फैन, तो आज न्यूट्रल ओपिनियन मिलेगा, क्योंकि आई डोंट वांट आरआर वर्सेस आरसीबी, टोटली आरसीबी ओपिनियन मिले, राइट? तो आई वांटेड अ न्यूट्रल ओपिनियन, डेफिनेटली प्रसन्ना नोज स्टफ, तो वो ज्वाइन करेंगे करीबन 10-15 मिनट में। मीनवाइल आई थॉट, ऑब्वियसली अभी तक टीम्स बाहर नहीं आए, टॉस नहीं हुआ है, तो well, wait, देता हूँ कंटेंट टू डिस्कस। वेल, दो भाई, एब्सोल्युटली मेरे पास एक्चुअली कंटेंट है, वो है ऑब्वियसली। पहले तो यार टेबल देखने को मिलता है, टेबल देख लेते हैं पहले क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पर। फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, ओके, दिस इज व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अभी, राइट? टेबल इतना बड़ा 10 टीम्स हो गए तो यार फिट नहीं हो रहा। एनीवे, तो यस, आरआर टॉप ऑफ द टेबल। मोर इंपॉर्टेंटली उनका नेट रन रेट भाई साहब 2.1 नेट रन रेट, तो absolutely no doubt they are among the best performing sides अभी तक। KKR, I think KKR is the one, right? Yeah, we beat KKR, RCB beat KKR, so that is confidence booster। हाँ, इतना easy भी नहीं था, we should have chased the target much more easily, लेकिन again we won, so we can say we have beaten the second team, why not the first team, right? And Gujarat of course was a surprise in itself। तो RCB हाँ ऑन पेपर 7th है नेट रन रेट के कारण, लेकिन आई थिंक इतना बुरा नहीं रहा है परफॉर्मेंस। फर्स्ट परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा था बैटिंग में, सेकंड परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा था बॉलिंग में, अभी साथ में बैटिंग बॉलिंग साथ में कर दो। स्पेशली जब आपने दिया है यूजी चहल को, या यूजी चहल को आपने छोड़ा है, इमेजिन, लाइक आई विल नॉट टेक इट इफ वी आर नॉट एबल टू bowl well at least, right? And we have to do that. RR batting is strong, well, absolutely, I think RR bowling is also strong। RR की strong क्या नहीं है बोलो आप सोचो यार, आरआर की टीम देख लो यार, मतलब लास्ट मैच में आरआर का ही मैच दिखा देते हैं ना। लास्ट आरआर खेले थे आई थिंक मुंबई के साथ, तो मैं वो स्कोर कार्ड अभी शेयर करता हूँ बाय द वे। फर्स्टली लेट्स सी, और बाय द वे यस, पीपल जॉइनिंग इन, एनीवन जॉइनिंग, भूलना मत यार थम्स अप देने का, थम्स अप मत भूलना, सो दैट वी आर हैविंग मोर पीपल जॉइनिंग इन। यस, कहाँ गया भाई मुंबई इंडियंस आरआर, ओके यहाँ, तो ये हाँ ये था वो स्कोर कार्ड मुंबई इंडियंस और आरआर का, राइट? आप देखिए, तो आरआर में जॉस बटलर, जायसवाल, जो मैं अग्री नहीं करता, मैं सोचता हूं कि पडिक्कल शुड ओपन, ही इज अ प्रॉपर ओपनर फॉर द लॉन्ग रन में वही होंगे ओपनर। जायसवाल माइट बी ए 3 और बटलर माइट बी ए 3 और सैमसन माइट बी ए 3, राइट? दैट्स व्हाट मैं पर्सनली सोचता हूं, लेकिन एनीवे, सैमसन, हेटमायर जो कंसिस्टेंट हो रहे हैं, हेटमायर इज कंसिस्टेंट भाई, क्या पी कर आया इस बार, पता नहीं क्या खा कर आया, आई हैव नो आइडिया। रियान पराग, नाउ ही इज द प्रोबेबली ओनली, आप बोलोगे थोड़ा सा अनरिलायबल, maybe he can bowl his underarms, I know, I'm pretty sure you know मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, अंडर आर्म्स, रियान पराग जो अपने अंडर आर्म्स साइड आर्म बोल करते थे। अश्विन, नवदीप सैनी, बोल्ट, चहल, प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा। नाउ इसमें आप देखो लिटरली भाई सब लोग इंटरनेशनल्स है, लिटरली एवरीवन इज इंटरनेशनल। रियान पराग इज प्रोबब्ली द ओनली वन, राइट? सब लोग बोलो, जायसवाल भी आई थिंक ही इज गुड इनफ टू प्ले, राइट? एज एन अगेन इट्स डिबेटेबल, बट फॉर मी ब्रिलियंट साइड, आरआर इज ब्रिलियंट। एंड ऑफ कोर्स वो मैच का ही देख लेते हैं ना, लास्ट मैच में देखो उन्होंने 193 किया था, मुंबई का आई थिंक डिसेंट पार्टनरशिप रहा था तिलक वर्मा, एंड देन दे हैड द बॉलर्स, वही मैं बोल रहा था, ट्रेंट बोल्ट, प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा, नवदीप सैनी, हु इज एक्सपेंसिव लेकिन विकेट लेते, रविचंद्रन अश्विन, ऑफ कोर्स यूजी चहल और रियान पराग ओनली वन, थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन मार्क, लेकिन अगेन यहाँ पर देखते हैं देवदत्त पडिक्कल haven't played good in 2 matches, maybe third time in his term। Yes, Shrey, मैं तो actually I genuinely feel it that he should get the hard ball. He should get the hard new ball. He is best with the hard new ball. He is like the Saurav Ganguly of yesteryears. I know बहुत ऊंचा पद है मैं जो दे रहा हूँ, लेकिन for me he has that ability with the new ball with batting, right? I am Mumbai fan. Advai says okay, and I say they would have chased it. They were lucky because Pollard is out of form. Tim David just seems flop. Okay, good point. But again, bowling lineup is good. Yeah, they don't have good backup in bowling in the 11. वो एक point लेता हूँ Advait certainly. Just Jaiswal, I think he fits better as one down. Okay, why not? Huh? Jaiswal also is not doing great, so why not try him at number 3? But again, यार Butler है, Samson है और Hetmyer है. तो क्या ही तो चाहिए आपको, right? And Padikkal चल जाएगा कुछ matches में. Jaiswal can't play 3. Padikkal can. Okay. Actually, to be very honest about it, मैंने जो again, I don't know if you guys saw my preview of the season. मैंने actually predict किया था कि Jaiswal and Padikkal दोनों open करेंगे. I know दोनों left hander है, but why not? And number 3 पाएंगे Samson, number 4 पाएंगे Butler. But again, Butler is the best batsman, so put him at number 3. Maybe Samson at 4. That is maybe food for thought. I don't know. लेकिन before anything, again, before these things are about RR and about RCB जो आप देख रहे हो. आरसीबी हूँ यार प्रॉपर कलर्स में और सच में हूँ लेकिन एब्सोल्युटली वी विल टॉक अबाउट लखनऊ बिकॉज लखनऊ का जो गेम होता है सनराइजर्स के साथ एंड वी सॉ लखनऊ इन दैट टेबल नॉट टू बैड लखनऊ ऑन पेपर आल्सो इज नॉट टू बैड सो सनराइजर्स भाई आई डोंट नो अमर आप ज्वाइन किए हो एनी हैदराबाद फैंस इन हाउस क्या लगता है हैदराबाद का क्या चल रहा है extremely disappointed by Hyderabad like 169 I think it was chaseable. It was chaseable, to be very honest about. हाँ नटराजन है आप बोल सकते हो सनराइजर्स में not easy to get away. लेकिन again एंड्रू टाई है आवेश खान हिमाचल विकेट टेकर I think you can hit him at times. Deepak Huda is not like an A grade bowler in great batting जो किया उन्होंने definitely. लेकिन I think 169 was good on part of Sunrisers to restrict Lucknow. Abhi, in terms of bowling, yeah, they did well, like I said, right? I don't see any issue, right? But I don't know about batting. Sunrisers ka kya ho raha hai? Like, Rahul Tripathi is looking only person. Nicholas Puran will, as in, throw his wicket away. That's what Nicholas Puran is known for. Let's be honest about it, right? Rahul Tripathi is the person जो number 3 crucial because Kane Williamson, Rahul Tripathi अगर नहीं चलते, मुझे नहीं लगता Sunrisers, as an even will be able to score 150 that they scored, yesterday. So, काफी question marks. Abdul Samad, someone that had retained. I don't know. Anyone thinks Abdul Samad is worth it to play in the 11? That was very shocking for me. I don't know about Sunrisers. Like, बहुत ही shocking लग रहा है. He's playing at what? He's playing at number 7. Washington Sundar above him in batting. Really? I was like shocked. और होल्डर भाई सनराइजर्स में थे होल्डर आए चटका दिए विकेट्स Sunrisers के against you, and that is what IPL cricket brings you. That's what basically the auction was for, right? Andrew Tye definitely did not do well, but as expected, Avesh Khan also was, kind of very good like holder. So I think वो last के जो wickets throw away कर दिए ना, I think that was the key. I don't know for you. Until Romario Shepherd was there a chance? Maybe yes. So लेकिन once he was out, I think it was gone, right? Sunrisers, I don't know, wooden spoon for sure. Where will Sunrisers end up this season? What do you think? अभी तो यार काफी बुरा लग रहा है. In fact, like Sunrisers अभी तो obviously 10th पर है. दोनों मैच हारी है. CSK 3 मैच हारी है. मुंबई 2 मैच हारी है. Like again, it'll be interesting, where they kind of end up. Nikhil says this match is real. Is like Real versus PSG. Madrid X were in PSG and here RCB X in RR. Nikhil, interesting that. लेकिन अगेन मैं चाहूंगा कि यार certainly let's see, I hope we are Real Madrid in this case. Advay, they are struggling in the power play. Tripathi needs to open. He was amazing when he opened. Yeah, good shout, Dad. Absolutely good shout. Nitish Meena, he did it. He did in 2018. Okay, fair enough. Yes, 10 SRH. RR have recruited very well. Well, one of the best. मैंने बोला ही था final पहुंचेगी RR. और talking about RR, let's get a neutral here because मैं RCB बोलते रहूंगा नहीं तो. We have Prasanna in the house. Prasanna, ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
Okay, so here we have what Chahal versus Maxwell battle to watch out for. Oh man, I am like dreading this, man. I mean, trust me, giving away Chahal was one of the things that मैं बोलूंगा क्या. It's about like Hasaranga, as in the impact he's not had. I know it's too soon to call, right? But the impact, I know he's taken wickets in the second match, but just the kind of, as in, that shrewd bowler that Chahal is, man. As in, I don't know, like, obviously Chahal is a huge miss, right? I think maybe RR have the best bowling attack. Would you say that, Prasanna?
Yeah, probably because they have Bolt to open the innings, and in the middle they can choke the flow with Ashwin and Chahal. Two different
Exactly.
types of bowlers. And we know Ashwin, he's a street smart cricketer. He can just but one difference between them is, even though Ashwin may not go for runs, but he doesn't take that much of wickets. Chahal may go for runs, but he takes wickets.
So that's the thing, right? That's why they complement each other, because
Yeah,
at one end you are controlling. So obviously Chahal, the kind of flight bowler he is, that actually gets him wickets. Or that's what exactly happened last match, maybe, right?
yeah.
Shrey says
He's
Prasanna,
not afraid to throw the ball.
correct.
He's
And
like,
see,
if
he
you
has a
want to
very
hit me
hard,
for a
big
six, you
heart.
can hit me. Even hit me for two
Correct.
sixes. If I get you a wicket, I have the last laugh.
Yeah, as in absolutely. As in, I'm really disappointed by Padikkal and Chahal. Like I shared previously, right? When we spoke about it, like Padikkal and Chahal were two people. Like, again, we cannot keep everyone. I know that, but I think we should have probably gone bigger on Chahal than on Hasaranga. That's just my call. But again, what happened to CSK in Mumbai, bro? As in, come on, you
I
have
mean,
to let me know.
well, Mumbai play that punching bag tomorrow, so like you have to see if they don't win tomorrow, then you can actually say what's happened to them. But it's two games, so anything can happen.
Okay,
But
it's SRH, is it? You
CSK, I don't
mean?
know, man. It's just our bowling was not bad against Punjab. We closed it out extremely well. Like Jordan was brilliant, Pretorius did very well, but our batting, I mean, just total disaster class. I mean, one thing they did before the game is they put on that anti-dew something, so there was absolutely zero dew for the second innings. By the way,
Oh,
yeah, there was no dew for
interesting.
that second innings, and compared to the Lucknow CSK game where there was hell a lot of dew, this game had
Okay.
no dew. I mean, that's not an excuse, but they had this ball, Vaibhav Arora. He had a fantastic debut. He was swinging the ball all over, in swing, out swing. He had exceptional control. He bowled 4 overs on the trot. And when you're like 36 for 5, however great a batsman Dhoni might be, or even Shivam Dube, I think Shivam Dube has actually done well. Last two games, he's actually batted very well. So we'll give him that. But
No,
36 for
no.
5,
Listen, sorry, but I have to say this. How much ever runs he scores, give him 1 over. He'll
yeah,
make
he'll
sure
give
that
it.
he minuses that from the runs. Like, I'll take this quick comment, right, in between. You just take the comment. So bang bang. See, I am, for one, the first one who told that I am very dissatisfied with Hasaranga's purchase for the money that we purchased him. Plus the fact that you are relying him as a proper kind of frontline, one of the four overseas for show shot cricketers. I'm not sure if he's that yet. लेकिन अभी तक बोलो तो बैंग बैंग he has got one man of the match. Let's give him that. I know, however
He's
it
the
was,
world
I
number
think
one T20 bowler. Come on. Give him credit.
exactly. But I am with Bang Bang. I am also predicting this, that come the end of the season, we may be calling what Bang Bang is calling. I have that feeling as well. I hope I'm wrong, obviously, as an RCB fan.
Right.
But again, that's just me, as in, because of the fact that, as in, we just compared to Chahal, right? For example, just the heart that he has, I think probably he'll learn. He's just last season we should have probably played him more. We didn't play him, and
Yeah.
then he went back early, right? So maybe if you'd have given more chances last season, he would have been much more ready. I think he's not yet ready to be that one of the best bowlers, but he has it in him, of course. Just asking Prasanna, last time CSK started this way, it was 2020 season. Does he see as a similar season need a stronger middle order player? Example, Conway. Yeah, as in, would you change the batting?
I mean, I don't think so, because almost the same batting lineup. Second game, they scored 2 against Lucknow, and it was just yesterday. And Gaikwad also, like even last season, same template. First 3 games, he dropped stinkers, and after that, he picks up form. Even 2020 season, first 3 games he played, he didn't score anything, and after that, he scored 350s in a row. So,
Yeah.
fingers crossed, he follows the same template and he starts scoring against SRH come this Saturday. But I have no problems with Uttapa. I think he's been good. Moin Ali is good. I mean, the batting order I don't have problems with. It was more or less the expected batting order. It's just that none of them could put bat to ball properly.
Yep, that's a fair point. And again, like, let's get to the game. Obviously, I think we are waiting for the toss for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We have, so I think I like to quickly show again, people watching, do like the stream. Don't forget, like the stream and check out Prasanna's channel. The link is in the description below. He covers a lot of content. He covers cricket, football, and not just as in European football, but also Indian football. So do check it out. And but of course, cricket for sure. So highly recommended for me. I've been there many a times. And so here, I think with the okay, so Kolkata versus Bangalore was a match, right? As in we played in DY Patil Sports Academy. It's in Wankhede today. That's the interesting part. And as you mentioned, the fact of the dew. Now that is something that I'm again, as a RCB fan, I'm hoping that there's something like that coming in today. But again, I doubt if that's the case. But let me actually quickly share what actually happened in that, just to recap, and what we can change at the RCB side. I would like to take your opinion as well.
One thing I would say about now, one thing is that teams are actually starting to defend better now, and not just chase and win. It's not the same thing as what happened towards the end of the second end of the IPL last year, or even in the World T20, where it was just bat second and win. It looked at the start that it would be the same formula, but last 3-4 games, the defending team has won. And even yesterday we saw Lucknow, they closed it out extremely well. Avish Khan with the 2 wickets and 2 balls. That changed the game entirely.
Exactly. We actually covered that just before you came live. We actually already covered that. But anyway, talking about RCB, obviously I'm just kind of sharing here. So obviously Kolkata, we were able to restrict them well. So again, our bowling was good or Kolkata batted badly. I don't know. It's a bit of both. David Willey, 2 overs, 7 runs was a shocker for me. I think like he'll get hit proper on a proper pitch. And again, Akashdeep, he takes wickets, but I think his more predictable length is the problem. Maybe that is one gap. I'm not sure. Like as per the rule that the team management said, we are not allowed to play any Australian players until 6th of April. So unfortunately, today they are not able to play. As in, be it Hazel, as in even if I'm not wrong, even Glenn Maxwell is back, but he will not be able to play. So
yeah,
he is
I think
back,
they're
but
still quarantining. I think for next match they should be available.
No, I think his quarantine, he came in early as well. His quarantine is also done. But as per the rule of the Australian board, right, we are not allowed to play players till 6th of April. I don't know, weird kind of. Exactly. So, but again, I think talking about this bowling lineup, I don't know, RCB's bowling lineup, would you change anything? Any other tactics? Shahbaz Ahmed gets only that 1 hour. But I don't know what are the options, man. As in, what can RCB go for in terms of bowling? Shafir Rutherford isn't bowling apparently. I know it's not a great bowler, but I'm a little surprised he's not got a single over in 2 matches. Are you?
I mean, that's one thing, but you already have 6 bowlers here. So David Willey, we know he at the start he has that early swing and he can do it, but at the death he's kind of suspect.
Yeah.
Siraj has been kind of hit and miss, and Akashdeep, yes, he has gone for runs, but he has that wickets. Ultimately, it's those 3 wickets that matter. Even if you go for like 40-45 runs, it won't make a big difference as long as you pick the wickets. If you just pick 1 wicket, say, or even 0 wickets, then you would say it's not a good seeing. And RCB, I think towards the end they kind of slacked a bit because KKR were 100 for 9, I think, at one point, and they had some slack fielding, and I think Hasaranga, he himself costed 2 boundaries with his slack fielding, and those extra 27 runs.
Oh yes, very good point, Prasanna. Because I think fielding Hasaranga, he's not a fielder, man. He reminds me of Sidhu. He's so bad.
Even that day for Lucknow, I think it was Dushmantha Chamira. He also led some easy boundaries. So don't want to like say compared, but still like those extra runs on another day could have definitely been crucial. I mean, 101 for 9, you were thinking, okay, just close them out, 105, 110 max. But 128 we saw towards the last, and RCB, I think, we're kind of lucky that Russell had a bad shoulder. Else probably he would have bowled.
He would have bowled the 19th.
Yeah, he would have bowled the 19th, and the match was still neck and neck, which is where those extra runs make crucial.
Yeah, I think I did a review of the entire week, and there actually I said Shahbaz Ahmed 3 sixes. If he had not got that match would have gone. Because Rutherford was not looking like hitting, David Willey was not looking like hitting, and then the wickets have gone. Dinesh Karthik, they have that role for the last 10-15 deliveries. That's all his role is, right?
Yeah.
Talking about role again, RR's admin's role, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of very weird, man. As in, it's extreme, right? RR admin, like I know it's kind of interesting, but certainly. Josh, the boss, yes, Butler player to watch out for. Absolutely brilliant form. He's like your, English ABD Villiers, man. This guy can really hit it, out of the
But
park.
one thing I would say about Butler, if you take him out early, then probably RR's middle order will get exposed because they are highly dependent on him.
But David Willey would have played much off in the nets and other way around as well, you can say. But
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? I was expecting a proper battle, but Australians unfortunately are not back, right? Again, I can't kind of comment much, but we have to do with what we have. I don't think, like, apart from that, we won the last game. We don't see any reason to change much. Like, again, Berendorf, I believe he was kind of eligible, but again, I'm not sure if we would rather play him. I think we need that batting, especially because Maxwell is not there. We need both, kind of Hasaranga and Rutherford as well as Willie. In fact, all the three to kind of do it in both the areas, right, if possible. Because
I think
Maxwell is more quality.
Yeah, I think they did well, to be honest. I mean, yes, they didn't even score 100 strike rate, but given the situation, they lost 3 early wickets. I mean, Umesh Yadav this season, man, with the new ball, he's just been superb.
It's something about RCB, and again we follow Chelsea. We like, okay, if players leave our clubs, when they go, they kind of perform. One of those things, it's feeling like.
Yeah,
with Umesh,
and when I think they were like 12 for 3 or something, and then you needed someone to just stand in. I mean, I think they did play a perfect role, but given that they needed to chase only 128, they didn't need to need to go hell for leather to score. And I think their situation, I mean, Shabazz, like you said, if he had not scored those 3 sixes, he would have left a huge job for Dinesh Karthik at the end. And Dinesh Karthik came in, he did his job, and that's it. He
has an important role for sure, right? I think, again, David Willey's role is extremely important because the first 2 overs gives that momentum in a T20 game, and same thing with Dinesh Karthik. The way you end, kind of, if you're batting first, especially, matters a lot. Again, people, I know, Almighty Blues Cricket, if you guys have not subscribed, please do subscribe. It takes just a press of a button, doesn't take a buck. But also check out Prasanna's channel. That's Prasanna Balakrishnan. You're seeing, on the screen below. So please do check it out. The link is in the description below. But yeah, of course, do like the stream. Do not forget, so that hum zyada log aayenge to zyada baat karenge. And yes, we'll try and cover little other, kind of franchises as well. But again, focus today will be for both RCB and RR. And maybe Lucknow and SRH, because we just got that match yesterday. Josh Butler was Hasaranga, and Butler will score big sixes. Well, I think probably they need to experiment, man. RCB, I think I'm guessing that they will try something different with Butler, because giving the pace early on, man, he's going to pulverize the attack. I don't know. I think probably Shahbaz Ahmed might just bowl that 1 over early. No.
I mean, early swing can always disturb any good batsman. I mean,
that's always there. David Willey is there.
I think that's what they'll be relying on Siraj and Willey to do in the first 2-3 overs, get him out early. Because if you don't get him out early, if you allow him to have 10-15 balls, he's going to tear you apart. Whoever the ball is, he will absolutely tear you apart. So they will look for the initial swing to get him out early in those first 2 overs, because Jaiswal's also not started well. And that's the thing. Sanju Samson, he has started well. First 2 games he has done well. And after that you have Shimron Hetmyer, and then you have Riyan Parag and all. I mean, you can say what not, but he still can turn up. So Hetmyer against his former team RCB, what do you think?
That's what I'm saying. You can see the thumbnail and description. I'm talking about all ex-RCBians here, and that's why I have a bad feeling about that. Hetmyer did well against us even last time, by the way, with Delhi. But otherwise, a great point here. Yes, kudos to them as in how they are kind of dealing with the situation. But again, Sri Lanka, things are normal, so quite possible. I didn't realize that way. Thanks for bolne ke liye. Amar, yes, आ गए सब, and of course जो भी आया यार like कर दो, thumbs up दबाना है आपको, और check out Prasanna's channel, and of course आपने नहीं किया है सब्सक्राइब करिए यहाँ पर भी Almighty Blues Cricket and Almighty Blues FC पर हम live आ रहे हैं वापस, आज बहुत चलाओ करें, so do join us for the Champions League. Amar, sorry, I know Hyderabad lost, by the way. I know you're a Hyderabad fan. Not doing well, but आप expect कर रहे थे. We had discussed it early on in the season, and you were yourself disappointed. Hopefully it'll only improve from here. They will get a starting 11, very soon that they can depend on. Okay, Aniket, welcome to the stream. What do you think about this year's Mumbai team? Well, for my thing, it's by the way, toss is happening, and for me, it's certainly for sure. It's Mumbai is lacking, that extra kind of firepower that they always had. They had more match winners. They still have, but I think that one or two players in the middle order, I think they'll do well. They've not done so badly in the second game, Prasanna. So you think Mumbai still has a chance? Like compared to SRH and maybe even CSK, to be honest, Mumbai at least looked slightly better to me, no?
Yeah, they have had periods where they could have got hold of the game. It's just that they kind of let loose, and they always have that first game tax where I don't know what happens to them first game, but they always somehow.
Okay. We won the toss. RCB is fielding, so I don't know, due factor. To some extent, will certainly help. Let's be honest about it.
Okay, right. Any changes?
As in, he's just giving the interview. As in, Faf is just talking now. So hopefully, we'll get it in the next couple of minutes. Yeah, please continue.
So Mumbai have had spells where they've had. They were in the game. Even last game against Rajasthan, in CS they were doing well. Tilak Verma is a solid player. He's looked superb in the two games, and I think they're waiting for Surya Kumar Yadav because he gives that additional balance in batting. But you do question Pollard, man. You don't turn up in other games, but when it comes to CSK, man turns up in some. He just turns up for those games, and I think Pollard is one of them players. You can't rely on him every single time. You have to. Yes, he has been a great player over the years, but it's time.
That's what the difference is, right, Prasanna? Like last time, Pollard had had two Pandyas, around him. Had in the past even a Harbhajan Singh who could, kind of whack it up. That's what I'm saying. So he always had those 3-4 cricketers who were experienced at the same time, who had that skill as well. Now he's having inexperience and only skill. So that is the difference now compared to before. And Tim David is not cutting it. I think probably they're going to change. They're going to do something there. I'm pretty sure. But coming back to today's match,
well, they spent big bucks on him. So 11,
I'll just read out the Rajasthan Royals playing 11. It's Josh Butler, Jaiswal, Sanju Samson, Rajat Patidar, Shimron Hetmyer, Riyan Parag, Navdeep Saini, Ashwin, Prasidh Krishna, Bolt, and Chahal. Absolutely no change. There was no need for any. I think they're going to just show the RCB playing 11 as well. But of course, we are bowling. Firstly, Prasanna, I would like to ask you, what is a good total for Rajasthan for RCB to chase down? I think RCB chasing, I'm not too confident with maybe a Rutherford and David Willey being there. By the way, they're showing the team now. Anuj Rawat, he keeps his place. Only kind of slight doubt for me, but absolutely fine. As in, no change. Akashdeep also keeps his place. Yes, and the reports are right. Australians are not back. So both the teams unchanged as expected. That's why I'm not showing it on screen. Absolutely unchanged. The scorecard which you saw, that is exactly how the teams are still. So Prasanna, tell me, what is the score that Rajasthan will be targeting?
Again, they'll definitely target 200 because their two games they won first. They have batted first and won. So they are one of the teams that have broken the strategy that just if you chase only you can win. None of that nonsense. We bat well. We bat the teams out of the game. First game they batted SRH. They outbatted SRH. Second game they outbatted Mumbai. So this game they'll also try to do the same with obviously Josh Butler. Jaiswal would look to get some runs at the start. Obviously Padikkal wanting to show RCB, why the hell did you let me? I'm a local boy. Why did you leave me? So don't want to rub it in, but
I know what you mean. But anyway, by the way, Amar is kind of very disappointed. Amar, come on, like it's sport, man. It happens. Come on, even like I'm not there, but if I was, for instance, a fan of Swansea City, I would still be supporting them, man. So go ahead, support karo. SRH has been brilliant. I have loved the SRH temperament, the way they are so shrewd. RCB against, they have won matches like left, right, and center. Last year also, I remember, in fact, 18 months they have beaten us well. And I know Holder, Kane Williamson were thorns in our skins. They have it in them. Of course, Holder is gone now, but they still have it. Let's see. So I would say stick on, Amar. And Advay is saying that about the anti-dew, it's liquid that creates a wax-like effect. So dew doesn't stick to the grass and slides down to the ground. Done in every game, but the curators did it late. Okay, so that was the key. So
Yeah.
why don't they do it always late, man? As in, come on, Adway is a great point here, right?
Yeah, I think that was just an experiment, and it turned out and it worked out. So probably they will do it more regularly.
Let's see, hopefully. Rivaj, by the way, I'm assuming you're an RCB fan. Rivaj, we will win. Yes, we will win. He Salah Cup Nande. And that's something that we always like saying. Hopefully one day it comes through. Let's put it that way. वहाँ यूनाइटेड नहीं जीत रही है, होता है भाई, होता है. It can be a bad coincidence if you're supporting different clubs. It happens. But come on, as an even they are in first division as an island, you got to see the brighter side of things. Is what I'm saying. Like again, no pun intended. Hala bolo, okay.
Allah bold.
Hala bold. Well, anyway, let's see. I don't know. Like for me, Butler obviously key today, but Devdutt Padikkal, I have a sneaky feeling like they might just actually experiment with him opening. Like, what do you think about Devdutt Padikkal not opening, man? I would like to hear your opinion as well.
Yeah, it was strange because I've always had this feeling that openers are best when they are opening, and sometimes you see many openers they cannot bat in any position other than an opening.
Correct.
We see that even with Gaikwad, even 2020. I mean, we put him number 3-4 for 2-3 games. He looked all over the place, and then we put him opening, and he looked himself. And the best case example is Rohit Sharma. I mean, we promoted him to opener in 2013, and look at how he's been doing. I think one of those rare players who does well in all positions is KL Rahul. At the opening, and even number 5, he can do a job. But some players, they like to see the new ball. They like to feel bat to ball. And this is a T20 game. This is not test game where openers or down the order doesn't make a huge difference, because at some situations you would have to come down and start hitting immediately, which I'm not sure Padikkal that is game. So that is a big difference. But yeah, I think they're just sticking with Jaiswal opening, hoping he comes good, and he's still young. He will have bad games, but that is the part of the learning curve. Now you have to have bad games to have good games at the end of the day.
I think Trent Bolt, Amar has a great point here. Trent Bolt, he is kind of susceptible when it comes to Kohli, especially.
I thought last game Saudi would get out Kohli given his record, but same outside off stump. Every single time, you cannot rule him out getting out that way in any game. I don't know what's the problem with him.
Yeah, I think then considering the swing, I think probably talking about catches, I'm assuming that it's the wicket keeper of Rajasthan, which is Butler, I believe, right? So that's what I'm assuming it's going to be. But again, it'll be interesting for me. Again, for me, I would want Devdutt Padikkal to open. I saw actually maybe Butler coming in number 3 or 4, or Samson, they take the 3 or 4. But I can also understand, Butler playing most of the innings. Last match, he's proven that it kind of worked in their favor. So that is a point, and Hetmyer is doing well. So they anyway have their hitter at 5. So that will be great. And Prasidh, he has got him last year LBW. Prasidh Krishna, man, I don't know. He's reminding me of Glenn McGrath. That spell that he had 2 matches ago. Oh my God, that was like my proper Glenn McGrath kind of. I know it's like big words, but I think he's probably the future of Indian cricket. I genuinely believe. What's your opinion about Prasidh Krishna at that level?
Yeah, he has had a good international run. He has done well, and Rajasthan, they did pay big money for him, and he's showing up. Last year we saw for KKR, he was hit and miss. Fishing champion.
See, I like to come in here. I 100% understand, bhai. Lekin 2 games हुए RCB के. Come on, एक game में अच्छा भी खेला.
I know it's just 2 games, but Kohli is always. At least in the last 1 year compared to the 2 years before. Every time you bowl him outside off stump, he always looks to drive it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the problem, but hopefully, he's learned from those. That's what it's.
Yeah. So coming back to Prasidh Krishna, he has gone. He's done well. He's on a good form. So I think this IPL will be crucial for him, because he is also looking to get onto the World Cup team in Australia. So for many players, this IPL is like a big benchmark for getting into the World Cup. So he has to maintain consistency is the key. Of course, you will have 1 or 2 bad games in between. That happens for every player, but it's the consistency that matters. And if he can pick those early wickets, then he is on his way to having a good season already.
Yep. Okay, so here we have 1 second. So I'm basically looking at the RR lineup again. So RR, in terms of Riyan Parag, again, like I don't think he's bowled his underarm yet. The underarm ball that he bowls, probably that is going to be a weapon, because I think they do have bowlers, but I fear for Navdeep Saini. I'll be honest. Just like I think I spoke about maybe Shivam Dubey. I know I'm not going to compare in terms of skill, but I think Navdeep Saini is very predictable in what he bowls. That's the problem with him. And yes, he has a lot of skill, but very predictable. He needs to basically do something about it much more. And I know all the bodybuilding he does, good for him on social media, but I think it needs to come on the pitch. He's not as consistent. So I feel that towards like the mid part and the latter part of RR's tournament, Riyan Parag's underarms will be the key. As in, do you actually see him being more of a bowling all-rounder the way it's going this particular tournament, or do you see him as a batting all-rounder?
I think it's batting all-rounder, because I think RR have enough bowlers to do the job. Only if, say, God forbid, they go for runs, they will look to him as an option. When they're not going for runs, when your main bowlers, Bolt, Prasidh, Ashwin, Chahal, these 4 bowlers, if they do the job, then you wouldn't need to look necessarily to Riyan Parag. But if they go for runs, and he is an option, that's an option you have to have in case. And you should not have just 5 bowling options, because any one of them can have a bad day, and you should look to have alternatives. And he is a decent alternative to look forward to, look to. And in case if they go if the RR bowlers they go for runs initially, then he can be turned to.
Yeah. Okay. I have one request. People watching here, like कर दो stream को. It's a drill. Please let me not repeat it all the time. It's a drill. It's a must to do, man. Come on. Let's be honest. जो भी join किया, like कर दो. It doesn't take a buck. Do like the stream so that we have more likes. The algorithm suggests it to others. आप पोल तो लीजिए ही, लेकिन लाइक करना मत भूलना भाई. और सब्सक्राइब तो आई एम assuming you are subscribed. Needless to say, to Almighty Blues FC, and by now I'm hoping every one of you has also subscribed to Prasanna's channel. Trust me, man, as in we are trying to build a community here. He's very much part of the community. Trust me, as in you will kind of enjoy the content it brings. And of course, आप लोग देख रहे हो क्योंकि आपको अच्छा लग रहा है. So अच्छा लग रहा है तो like कर दो and subscribe to both of us. And of course, Almighty Blues FC मत भूलना. Your football fans, we are live tonight for a watch along. Great matches coming up. I want to see that Ashwin and Butler moment again by Ashwin. I'm pretty sure, Ashwin, knowing Ashwin, the tongue-in-cheek he has when he speaks even, he's that kind of guy when they would have met again, this particular season, before the season, pretty sure in the nets, when the practice started, he would have done something like that. No? He's that kind of a personality, right? The Ashwin, the guy is. But yeah, Saini lost his Midas touch, not the X factor anymore. Even in Australia Series 2002 bash round, I think Adway, the thing is, I think he developed a slow delivery, but it's a very predictable slow delivery. Like he doesn't have the variation, which is more of a tougher nut to crack, and that's the thing. He gives it away in his bowling action. It's very kind of obvious. And again, even his pace, length, yes, you can argue that he's more of a test bowler, but again, because of his height, maybe even that doesn't work. So that's why for me, he's anyway going to be successful in world cricket. I think is a white ball bowler, but he needs to just develop his variations.
Even speaking about that, sorry, we saw last year towards the IPL 2021, the second part, even Hazelwood, the way Dhoni made him bowl properly, bowl good. He's also a test match bowler. He bowled test match lengths. But it's the way how your captain uses you, and it's the way how you adapt to different formats of the game. You need to adapt. It's not like, I can only bowl one format, I cannot bowl the other. No, it doesn't work.
Absolutely, 100%. But again, like I'll come back to RCB here. I think RCB have a better record than RR, right? As in head-to-head, we have like 112, 110. So I think even I remember the games, but I think a lot of games I remember. Particularly, it was AB de Villiers who won us a lot of games. I remember the Jofra Archer where he actually belted Jofra Archer. Man, that was some innings and a half, right? And again, I think YUZI Chahal has had Samson's number in the past, if you remember, and now they went and bought YUZI Chahal. So that is something these are two factors which are going to miss for RCB. So that's again.
And RR would definitely miss Shreyas Gopal for obvious reasons.
Yeah, absolutely, because he had a number on board AB and Virat, right, over the years, for sure. But again, like as in for me, it's like I don't know. It's about RR. I think it was a strategy almost, to go for RCB players. I really felt because last season, on paper, I think RCB had a much better balanced squad, right, compared to
Yeah.
other seasons of RCB. So I think it was almost like a strategy that they wanted like one proper batsman from RCB, and they almost, the old school tactic of making an opponent weak. It was almost like that, and I don't know, it's about the Royals or whatever it is, but picking Padikkal and Chahal, as well as Saini, and already they picked Hetmyer. I know that was from Delhi, kind of, but yeah, still, as in a lot of players there. For me, again, the key for RCB has to be the way as in the youngsters perform around Virat Kohli, around Faf. So Anuj Rawat, man, as in what do you think? Like, I know second game not great, but just the temperament that he showed in the first game, you think is enough to kind of be that mainstay for RCB's long run?
It has to, and you have to give youngsters a run of games. So you doesn't make sense to drop them 1 or 2 games. One it may work, but it's just a short term fix. It might be just a short term fix, and the other one you're not helping a player's confidence by dropping him, and he's a youngster too. It's not like an old player, so. When you don't want to jolt a youngster's confidence by dropping him after 1 or 2 bad performances, because that's how they learn. That's how youngsters will learn. They're not going to be consistent. They are going to have one or two bad games here and there, but that's how you learn. But when you see him, he will, and that's the thing. You have a left-right combination there. So why do you want to change that just because you want instant success? And we have seen that with CSK before. Just for instant success, we have changed over the years, but and later we realized that we had to persist with Gaikwad because he was a gem of a player, and now RCB have to do that with Anuj Rawat. So he will come good. It's only a question of time when.
Okay, fair enough. Again, there might be changes. Who knows? I think talking about options, Suyash Prabhudesai is one. Again, he's your hard hitting kind of. He's your Sky, the next Sky, as I say. He's kind of labeled that the Indian version of ABD Villiers, Mr. 360. Let's see. I don't know. I think Suyash Prabhudesai probably once Hazelwood comes back, there might be an option where, of course, you will have a direct replacement from Rutherford, but again, that makes the batting weak. So you might just put in Prabhu Desai instead of maybe Shahbaz Ahmed. But for now, Shahbaz Ahmed is doing the job. He's hitting your sixes. He has developed some muscle. He was like the muscles of the Venkatpati Raju, types last season. Now he's developed a little bit of muscles, and he's admitted that. So that does help probably. And he, of course, Mahipal Lomro. Are you not surprised that RCB are not starting with him? They paid big money for Lomro, right?
Yeah, they did, but when you kind of have a set 11, you don't want to change too much. So
yeah,
although you do pay big bucks for someone, you do. Sometimes they don't just fit the situation. I mean, you just buy them for backups. You think you buy them for backups, but they just end up costing a lot of money.
Imagine.
We saw the last year. CSK, they bought Krishna Bhagavatam 9.5 crores. He didn't play a game.
Yeah, but that's CSK. That Dhoni, that doesn't change at all. And that's probably the right way of going. And you're right. But I was actually expecting maybe him playing even than a Shahbaz Ahmed, because I think Mahipal probably is a slightly better bowler than Shahbaz. But again, in terms of batting, maybe Shahbaz impressed them more in the nets, and he's been there at RCB. So a continuity bhi hoti, that's what probably they're going with. With Amarnath, we may not win matches this year. That's SRH is talking about, but we'll win at least 2 against RCB.
SRH, Punjab, they might not perform against other teams, but against RCB, they'll be at their main game.
Exactly, that's what happens. I don't know what it is, man. It's like bogey teams. For some reason, even like I remember like CSK also. I'll put CSK also for sure in that. I remember the year before last. CSK had nothing to win. Like, you had kind of given it away. All of a sudden, Ruturaj Gaikwad, who did not perform the entire season, came into form in the match against RCB.
But we have always. That was probably just one bad season. Other seasons we have kind of been consistent. But SRH, but SRH, even you could also say that SRH only last year they were not at the top spot. Otherwise, they have been a fairly decent side. They obviously got to the playoffs, but somewhere and even CSK RCB, we have always had the thing. We have always had the better advantage over RCB. So
Yeah. Okay. By the way, so the Suyash is definitely a middle order player. I don't think I mentioned he's an opener. What I mentioned is once Hazelwood comes back and Rutherford will be like direct replacement to go out, they might strengthen the batting with Suyash anywhere in the middle order, and that automatically means that Virat would open. That's what the meaning is. But again, that is an option. That's certainly an option. I see that they might try that because Suyash has been really good, I believe, in the practice matches. So maybe that's one. Apart from that, I don't know. Like Prasanna said, it's going well. Why change when it's not broke, right? And that's what I would say. Dinesh Karthik, especially, man, I'm really impressed. I'm just looking forward to it. But Harshal Patel, by the way, people who don't know, Harshal Patel has spent 20 years with Yuzvendra Chahal, almost 20 years. I know 20 years, literally not. As in 15 years, maybe for sure, because of the fact that I think they were in Haryana, they were playing for many years. Right from as in school cricket, they are there together, and then RCB. And now this, so it will be really interesting contest, man. And the next RCBians there, Harshal Patel versus Chahal on the field. Some banter will be there. Pretty sure. Shrey, okay. Sorry, my exams tomorrow stream is running in background. Okay, Shrey, no problem. Thank you, bye. Of course, concentrate, karo, no problem. Absolutely, you can rewatch it later as well. That there is a possibility, but okay. Himanshu in the house, big up. यार comments करिए, अपने predictions करिए. क्या लगता है क्या होगा मैच में? RCB won the toss, so that kind of evens it out for me. As much as RR was the team to kind of beat this particular season अभी तक, लेकिन at the end of the day आप ये भी बोलोगे यार RCB में बैटिंग लाइनअप इतनी स्ट्रांग नहीं है compared to what it has been in previous years. We don't have an ABD anymore. Like Glenn Maxwell is not yet eligible, so that is the main issue. So that is the thing. Like Rutherford, as much as he is capable of hitting, he's not yet hit in this tournament. That's the only thing. So we might need that today. Let's see. All the best, Shrey. Of course, all the best to Shrey. 100%. RCB win if they don't give 204 runs. Very good one.
205 actually.
Good one. Whenever we score 205, right? We've only won once in our history, and we have scored 205 exactly. I think on 5 occasions. I shared that slide last time around. Very interesting one, right? A very good one. Hazelwood might come after April 12. Okay, interesting. That's kind of not good. Not good news, man. I mean, so even next match, Hazelwood will not be there. At bowling, man.
I think is it there a T20 squad Australia Pakistan or?
Yeah, probably. I'm guessing. That's why probably he's coming later compared to.
Because they play tomorrow.
Actually, I'm taking personal leave.
Because the T20 is tomorrow, and even after that, he finishes and then he comes in and then he quarantines. Probably April 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah, what better game CSK RCB on April 12th? Why not?
But will he play as soon as he comes back? That's one more thing, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, he wants to take a short break. Himanshu is mentioning. Okay, interesting. Thanks for sharing. By the way, again, people do like the stream. Check out Prasanna's channel. It's in the description below. And of course, Almighty Blues FC पे अगर नहीं किया यार social media पे share करो. I'm hoping everyone here is on social media, are following Prasanna as well as myself. You can find us very actively on social media as well. As in just contact me on social media, Almighty Blues FC. I can certainly help you there. But yeah, that helps if you share on social media. Cheering for Josh the Boss, absolute treat to watch. Amar, I will not deny that. Of course, he's an absolute treat. But come on, even RCB has some players which are absolute treats, right? Come on, we will see when. Maybe not comparing anyway, but when Rutherford hits, he has that ability. I'm very surprised. Like again, it depends on the pitch, the kind of bowling that KKR did. But for me, if he gets going, he's really brilliant to watch. Like one of those underrated West Indians. And West Indians have umpteen number of them. He is certainly one of them for sure. Like he was he was unlucky, right? Would you say he was unlucky in Delhi? He played in Delhi, right? If I'm not wrong.
Who?
Rutherford.
Season. He played for 1 or 2 seasons.
But he hardly played there because of obviously them being so strong. But I think he was.
He did play a few games, but he was kind of inconsistent. So yeah.
Yeah, as in again, if you're going to give 1 or 2 odd chances, it's very difficult to perform, man. Especially when you're not played enough in India. But he's done it, man. He's done it. Like he has the ability, but let's see. As in again, RR is one of the best bowling lineups, so I don't want to jinx it. I'm just touching wood as I'm saying. 2 cents about KKR and PBK's approach. If it comes off, it's great. But if not, then you are doomed big time. Well, Punjab's approach, I don't know. I'm impressed, man. As in, they are just going. Odin Smith, especially, man. He just needs to whack. Anywhere the ball touches, it's a 6, man. Behind even Livingston. Oh man, what an innings finally! And he got like 2 sixes behind his head. As in, that is what Livingston has it, man. I don't know. What do you think? Like that approach, they are going with the English approach, right? What English white ball cricket is going last few years.
Yeah, that's their strength. So why do you need to back off from your strength? Your strength is hitting. Why do you need to back off from it? It's as simple as that.
Yeah, KKR, I think they are still figuring it out. If I'm not wrong, they are still figuring it out about how they would like to kind of exactly balance their team. मेरे ख्याल से थोड़े changes और होंगे KKR में. The way मुझे लग रहा है कि KKR, because last match especially, I think it was not a 120 odd wicket. RCB didn't bat well. We bowled well though, but so that's why I think KKR will probably go to the drawing board a little bit as well. Not much, लेकिन हाँ थोड़ा बहुत. For sure, well, Mumbai Indians and DC Rutherford bench warmer, exactly. I only liked ABD in your team. Being a fan, yeah, well, I'm an ABD stan, man. I don't disagree, but only ABD, okay, interesting. Fan of batting in his stance in 2006, but since he left, there's nothing in your team to be loved. Well,
I mean,
hopefully we'll give something this year. Well, come on, yeah. Harshal Patel or Siraj nahi. Harshal Patel got 2 back-to-back wicket maidens, man, and him and Siraj are the only 2 people in IPL, if I'm not wrong, history.
yeah.
So you have to give it. Yeah, Siraj is a find. I think for Indian cricket, you have to give it to RCB, right? He wasn't kind of found at SRH, and your team itself, Amar. He wasn't found in Hyderabad as much as what RCB really found and gave him that confidence. So Siraj, you would say he's not come very good this season as of yet. I think Prasanna, I don't know. Siraj for me, man, his attitude, I think he is there for the long run, right?
Yeah, he's been superb. I mean, one bad game, it happens. I mean, even that over to Odean Smith. I mean, I don't even think many balls went in the slot. It's just that Caribbean power is just that.
I think it's a captaincy. You know what? Faf du Plessis is still kind of figuring it out. He's going the South African way. So what happened in that over also? From the very first ball, they had a conversation that was clear. I could actually literally make it out that they are going for ball wide of the off stump. And that is something that I feel as negative. Personally, being a bowling all-rounder myself, I feel that is very negative. As much as, even I've been hit many a times. But I feel that you bowl your normal delivery, try to bowl your Yorkers. If you're not getting it right, you go for the other approach. If you're going first, it's so predictable as well. And then you have to set a field a particular way. And if you're getting 2 inches, 1 inch wide, it's a wide. So that's what exactly happened. Shivam Dubey, you saw it in CSK. What was he doing? As in, it's like you at that pitch, you're predicting your pitch where you're going to pitch. Batsman has even more easy. That's what happened with Siraj. I feel Siraj should just bowl naturally, man. If you try to control him too much, I think you're kind of spoiling it, right?
Exactly. I mean, you allow players to just do their thing. If they're not going well, then you probably suggest 1 or 2 things. I think Siraj, that day itself was a pretty bad day for him, but next game we saw he bowled well again. And even in that game, he took 2 wickets in 2 balls. Even in that bad,
exactly.
Even when he was so bad, he still took 2 wickets. So that says about his temperament, and he always gives it everything. That's what we love about Siraj. And over the last 1 or 2 years, it's just been a purple patch for him, right? From the IPL and then Australia series, England series, he's just carried it on. So let's see how long this goes.
I think RCB's bowling has improved, man. Again, all this you're talking because of Amar giving that comment. I'm trying to sell RCB literally like I'm the brand ambassador. I am a fan, right? And same Prasanna is a neutral here. But yeah, the fact is like we have improved. Like we have kind of given that confidence in bowlers. Chahal, he's been created by RCB, you can say. He was given the confidence that he did not get in Mumbai Indians. Siraj is another person that he's got it.
Sorry to go up until 2019, I really had no idea what RCB's bowling lineup actually, what is actually their decent bowling lineup, because they would always give runs whatsoever. But since 2020, they've actually started well.
Exactly. Last 2 to 3 seasons only is what I'm saying, right? Of course, we have kind of fixed it, but it's strong offside, contrary to yes, very good point, Amar, absolutely, and that's the thing which makes him dangerous, because itna strong, the speed, the bat speed is like, oh my god, and the strength, of course, that and the direction as well. So that kind of makes him, just that lethal weapon. And I think probably just quickly before the match starts, right? I think Johnny Bairstow will be back if I'm not wrong. From next match, if I'm not wrong. So would you actually keep Johnny Bairstow on the bench right now and continue with the 4 OCs?
Going by what it is, it's hard to drop them players, because Bhanuka Rajapaksa has done extremely well. Yes, last game there was a mix-up, but first 2 games he did extremely well. Of course, you can't drop Rabada because he is your main bowler. And Livingstone, there is no chance you're dropping him. And that's about it. Who's the other foreigner? Keep forgetting.
So they have Livingston, Rabada, Odin Smith, and
Odin Smith. Yeah, you can't drop Odin Smith. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these four are I don't think they're droppable for now unless there's a. I mean, you would think Bhanuka Rajapaksa would make way for Bairstow, but Bhanuka Rajapaksa has made a case for himself.
Brilliant, man.
Yeah.
They'll probably rotate. I mean, that's what I think. They'll probably rotate, right? And that's based on the form, based on the pitches, how it is.
Depending on the games as well. If they have, say, one game in 2 days or 3 days, then they'll kind of look to rotate because you have to manage the workload effectively.
Absolutely. And by the way, anyway, anyone who's not like the stream, please tell me why. Do like the stream, give it a thumbs up, and check out Prasanna's channel. It is in the description below. And of course, Almighty Blues FC, do press the bell notification. And by the way, people out there, we are live tonight at midnight sharp, and that will be for Champions League watch along. We will be watching along both the matches, of course. Kal announce karenge, but today that is the scene. Of course, you can't drop Bhanu, as in right now, but he gives a left-hand option. Yeah, that's always. I always felt that the left-hand, right-hand thing is, a bit overplayed in IPL. That's just my personal opinion. I think that comes secondary, just like bowling outside the off stump. It's one of those things that should be your secondary option. You should not pick players based on that. That's just my opinion. But of course, he gives that option. Amar has a point. In IPL, rotation barely happens. Well, the teams which do not rotate probably win. That's why maybe being an RCB fan, I'm suggesting to rotate because I'm not used to a consistent 11. I'm used to that other way around, right? But again, thanks a lot. आज मैं थोड़ा match देखना चाहूँगा. So I'm going live on another channel in maybe half an hour's time. So unfortunately, we'll not be able to do the watch along. But final prediction, guys, in the chat, and of course, Prasanna, what do you think? Whose match is it now?
Rajasthan, I think they will think they have the advantage because obviously they're batting first. They would want to put up a big score. So yeah, if they score 190, 200, I think they will find themselves in the driver's seat. But if RCB can restrict them to 160, 170, I think they'll chase it down.
Okay, by the way, yeah, Advay is saying which channel we have watch along Almighty Blues FC for the Champions League. So football, it's there always, Almighty Blues FC. That you are, I'm assuming, Advay, aap to the hi kal, to honge, definitely we'll check it out. But yeah, good prediction that person. Let's see. Yes, absolutely, Himanshu. We'll meet for the watch along, and that's at 12 a.m. sharp. Do set your reminders. It is the page is set up. Yeah, but again, thanks, Prasanna, for coming on. I know it's kind of working day for you. But always welcome, and yeah, we'll probably meet as well very soon. And wish you all the best for CSK. Being a CSK fan, we'll probably meet. You know what will happen. When CSK RCB meet. That's something that I always look forward to. So, but again, yeah, everyone, thank you. Hum milte soon, and we will be hopefully back. I think day after tomorrow for cricket. But we'll be back tonight for watch along for football, and tomorrow for Europa League as well for football, right? On Almighty Blues FC. But till next time, take care and come on, RCB.